Welcome to Creation versus Evolution, Topic 20. What about man's consciousness? I'm going to use the next several topics to discuss the difference between the brain and the mind, which are actually distinct from each other, although they clearly interact. The Darwinist philosopher Michael Roos stated, and this is his quote, "Why should a bunch of atoms have thinking ability? Why should I, even as I write now, be able to reflect on what I am doing? And why should you, even as you read now, be able to ponder my points, agreeing or disagreeing, with pleasure or pain, deciding to refute me or deciding that I am just not worth the effort? No one, certainly not the Darwinian as such, seems to have any answer to this." And he finished with, "The point is that there is no scientific answer." Wilder Penfield, the renowned father of modern neurosurgery, initially suspected that consciousness emanated from neutral activities in the brain, but he changed his opinion after many years of performing surgeries on epileptics because he encountered concrete evidence that the brain and the mind are actually distinct from each other. He ultimately agreed with the Bible's assertion that human beings are composed of both body and spirit, and this was his quote, "To expect the highest brain mechanism or any set of reflexes, however complicated, to carry out what the mind does and thus perform all the functions of the mind is quite absurd." What a thrill it is, then, to discover that the scientist, too, can legitimately believe in the existence of the spirit. I've listed 12 intellectual atheists, that's how they began, as atheists, who, through their studies, through their careers, ended up becoming Christians. And it wasn't because of traumatic experiences that happened in their lives. It was because of their brain, their thinking. They studied and they decided, you know what? There has to be a God. And they themselves became believers. The man I want to talk about today is John Ickles. He was born in 1903 and he died in 1997. He was a neurophysiologist and Nobel Prize winner, and he spent his entire career in research of the brain because he believed that understanding the brain was the ultimate problem confronting mankind. His final deduction was that naturalism or Darwinianism or evolution failed to account for the uniqueness of the self or soul, and that only divine or intelligent creation could explain it. Thank you for joining me today.